Hey everyone, it's me, Cupie83, and today I have a Skipper highlight reel for you. Yay! So, I wanted to talk about Scott for a while now. I've just put it off because there's not much to say about Scott, to be quite honest, other than the fact that he exists. So, in 1979, Mattel decided to change the Skipper sculpt into something that was less preteen and more, young teenager. And we got Super Teen Skipper, who is my least favorite sculpt. But in 1980, Mattel did something that was a first for the Skipper line. They gave her her first ever boyfriend. Awesome, because prior to that, she'd only been friends with Ricky. They were just friends. When Ricky disappeared, Skipper didn't care, but this is her first boyfriend. This is Scott. So as I said, he debuted in 1980. You can tell with the way he's styled, he is a product of the times. I don't know what Skipper saw in him myself, but clearly if you look at what people were wearing and how they were styling themselves in the late 70s and early 80s, this is it. He has a head of curly hair, kind of like an afro. His face is kind of weird, but it's not as bad as Super Teen Skipper's. He's wearing a tracksuit with cool jeans. I'm surprised they're not flared more. And he's wearing roller skates. Hello, Xanadu. We have your new star here. This is straight out of what I would see in Xanadu, the movie, which is dorky, but I love it. And the soundtrack is amazing. So if you've never heard the soundtrack to Xanadu, you should listen. So, Scott. He has limited jointing. His arms will go up and down. You'll see he has this bent arm here. I assume that because he was in skates, they wanted him to be able to be in an action pose. But it's not. Actually, in 1978, they made a Jimmy Osmond doll, part of the Osmond family doll line. And Jimmy, just like all the other Osmond dolls, the Donnie doll, the Marie one, had a bent arm so he could hold a microphone. So this is the Jimmy Osmond body with the new head sculpt put on it. So his hand is bent because originally Jimmy had a microphone and people would assume you'd put a microphone to his face and he'd sing. So that's why he has one very straight arm and one that's kind of action-y. But that's Scott. Honestly, there's not a ton to say other than, like I said, he was Skipper's first boyfriend. He existed. If you collect Skipper, you'll probably want a Scott. He's not that bad looking. It's just he is definitely a product of 1980, for sure. So these two weren't out for very long. Scott was probably only out for about a year or so. Super Teen Skipper was only out for maybe 5 years. By 1985, they were already trying to move into different face sculpts, which was the best idea ever, in my opinion. 5 years is too long for this particular face sculpt. But this guy was only out for a year. But it definitely made an impact. Scott is literally Skipper's first boyfriend, so that is worth noting. So in the comment area, let me know what you think of Scott or Super Teen Skipper, because she was in this short little highlight. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think of them? Do you remember getting these as a kid? Let me know what you think in the comment area. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.